Okay, here we go. It's called Knits and Pearls. Come in and unwind. Just gotta love it. Great window. Look at all the gorgeous knits. And here we go. Oh, it's like 90 degrees outside and it's beautifully air conditioned in here. And oh, what a gorgeous store. Whoa. Oh, I'm good. Are you Anne?
I'm Susanne.
So here we are in Knit and Pearls in Avon, Connecticut. A beautiful local yarn store. Not too local to me, but that's okay. And here is Susanne, and she is the
Hello.
she is the owner of this store and wearing an gorgeous top. That is the
Anchor Summer Tea
yes.
and Barocco Chai.
Lovely. I love it. I love it. So anyway, I was able to finally Google this and GPS it and find it. It's kind of like a little out of the ways if you're not from the area. So I never would have seen it. Never would have known it was here. Matter of fact, I drove into the funeral parlor across the street because that's where my GPS took me, was to the funeral parlor. But I finally made it here. Anyway, so Susanne, tell me a little bit about you and the store.
Yeah, so the store has been here since 2008. I purchased it a little over 2 years ago from the previous owners who had it up for sale. I had moved away from the area for many years, but when I came back to Connecticut, this was my local yarn shop. And I had a previous career. I was in corporate, but I had always dreamt of having a yarn shop. And when the previous owners put a note in their newsletter saying they were looking for a new owner, I just couldn't resist. And so here I am 2+ years later in Knit and Pearls.
Awesome. And I know you were talking about that you kind of got towards the tail end of the pandemic. I know that things were a little tough for yarn stores throughout the pandemic if they were unable to open up or whatever. So
yeah, well, my understanding was, and again, I wasn't here during the height of the pandemic, but just knowing a little bit even about the shop financials is that people were crafting more. And if you had curbside pickup, and I'm pretty sure the previous owners would even like deliver like orders to people if they were local, that actually it wasn't ideal. You couldn't have classes, people weren't coming in, but there's a great community here. In fact, some of the people were sitting outside when the weather was nice during the pandemic, so they still found ways to get together and to do their crafting,
Great.
crochet.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I know that was, really when I dug deep into my knitting was during the pandemic because I was stuck at home and what else are you gonna do? There's only so many things I can talk to my husband about in a 24-hour day.
Yeah.
So tell me, what things do you offer here as far as, like your classes and,
Yeah, so we have, I think like most shops, but we have different classes. We have one-on-one lessons. We have what I call labs, whether they're knitting labs or crochet labs where people can come in for help. That might be a group of people not working on the same things. Sometimes you don't need an hour lesson with somebody hovering over you, but you just need a little direction and help to keep you moving along. And then we have different events like trunk shows. We have a retreat in the fall. Just keep people interested. We're having a holiday open house in August because you have to think ahead, right? The next season. So
right, absolutely.
Looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I saw the retreat on your website and I was like, oh boy, that looks so good.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's awesome. So great. All right, well, I'm going to take a look around and see what you've got.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
We're largely organized by weight, so you can take a walk around.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Susanne.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you've got Chavus.
Oh, my favorite.
Mine too. That was the thing that I found through the pandemic. They were recommended to me early on, which was great because I managed to collect. My local yarn store carried Chavus, so I kept going back and forth, and so I ended up with all individual ones. And then I'm like, this is silly. I need to buy an interchangeable set, which I did.
Yeah.
All right, so I see you've got a lot of, that you've got a crochet class today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we on? Or it's just
Yes, we are on.
video and audio?
Yes, we were just talking about the resurgence of crocheting, which I did for my kids when they were all, oh, here we go. What do we got in
and
here?
so I do find that people are interested in crochet, and I think that the patterns that you find in crochet now, some of the garments, they are like more wearable
Yes.
than they were before. So
Yeah.
it's just like granny square blankets or amigurumi, which is very popular. But just more kind of wearable things. So I think people are,
Yeah, a
and
friend
then
is knitting
granny
a granny square cardigan
Yeah.
in 2 pieces,
Yeah, so-
which looks awesome.
Yeah, so here I was making this granny square sweater.
Yep, there you go.
I'm
There it
just
is.
about finished here.
Oh,
Super
now is it a
cute.
pullover or a?
It's a pullover, and I have to finish down here. It's just a very boxy, but,
Yeah.
with a cotton linen, and it's just so much fun. And so we have a woman who, she'll be in here later teaching crochet, and every single one of her classes fills out. Mary
Wow.
Catherine, she's very talented, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And more and more, and even like the yarn distributors, not like in their pattern books now, it's not just knit, it's knit and crochet.
Yes.
It could be a similar garment.
Yep.
In both crafts. So
Yeah.
that's kind of fun.
I know. I love that it's
Yeah.
coming back again.
Yeah.
It's not my niche. I'm mainly a knitter. I can crochet. When my kids were little, I used to knit the
Yeah.
girls' ponchos and skirts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come as intuitively or as naturally as my knitting
Yeah.
does.
Oh, same.
But
Yeah.
I think I really would like to make one of those
Yeah.
sweaters.
It is fun.
Yeah.
And the little animals, the amiguramis, are super cute. I mean,
Yeah.
you can knit them as well, but
Yeah.
the crochet ones are
Yeah.
super cute.
Awesome. Thanks. This shop is just a potpourri full of woolly goodness. And oh, yep, here's the magnolia sweater, which I've yet to knit.
Pardon?
Oh no, I was talking to my people.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I love the pattern. I love the sweater. I absolutely hate bobbles. Bobbles are a thing I've just never been able to wrap my head around. I don't care for the look of them. They look like little tiny nipples to me, and yep. So if I were to make it, I would leave out the bobbles. What a great shop Knit and Pearls is in Avon, Connecticut. Great visiting with Susanne, lovely lady, wonderful stuff. There's just something about a local yarn store, even if it's not local to me, that I'm willing to travel to just for the fellowship, companionship, and the yarn. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment where you're from to be entered into my next free giveaway for hitting 200 subscribers. Yay, you guys are awesome.